Okay, doing a quick video over here on kind of trunk pull placement. I know a lot of people have been seeing that video, getting some ideas. I know A63 Elantra N is kind of really looking at doing that. So doing a video here, just kind of helping give some advice on placement of this thing. You can see I've already cut this twice, and hopefully you can avoid doing that on your own. So obviously, I mean, I'm not going to replace this. I don't want to know how much that costs. I just covered this with gaff tape. I'll just tell you like why did I end up moving it down basically, and where you should put yours if you choose to do this. So the problem that I had with this original hole over here is this was getting stuck inside the weather stripping based on the geometry of what this does. So basically, let me just pull this down. Let me show you kind of what's going on. Okay, so you can see right now with the hole that I cut right now, let me show you actually over here. So you can see I'm pretty much right at the radius over here. I'm not on the planar section that kind of goes this way. I'm now kind of coming out of the radius over there. A more conservative position, which would have been better, would be to put it like right here as this radius is ending and it's going into the big radius over there. This would have been better. The reason why is because right now the way this kind of sits, it kind of shoots out, is and this will depend on like how you have your toe strap mounted, depending on like how it's geometrically set up, how like to shoot out. Mine basically it comes out and it shoots out in this direction. Just kind of try to predict like where is this rigid piece going to shoot out basically. So right now it's kind of shooting out like this. This isn't super optimal, but if I shoot it down hard enough, I can bias the strap to kind of sit this way, and it'll end up on this side of the trunk, which is where you want it to be. If I do it kind of lazily and I allow it to flop this way, it can maybe get stuck in this section a little bit, but that's not really super probable based on how I closed this. However, when I had it stuck over here, popping out this way, it really wanted to go and stay like this when I shot it down, and this will tend to get stuck inside the weather stripping. So that's not bad for the car, but obviously it's going to compromise your seal. So that's something you want to try to avoid that if possible. So just kind of consider whatever you're mounting it, where is this going to stick out? Where is this stitched piece going to kind of want to lay based on that cut location, and try to just make sure you have it set up so it's aimed in towards the trunk when you go and try to close this thing out. So I'll show you what mine looks like. So I usually just do that and just shoot it down. You can see it literally flicks out and aims out the other way, and it ends up like that, which is really what you want to do. In the past, again, it was sitting a little bit lower in this position relative, and that was causing it to kind of angle backwards and sit inside the weather stripping, which is not what you want to happen. So kind of some food for thought on that aspect. So yeah, just kind of think about when you're mounting it, like where is this stiff piece going to kind of want to sit basically, and make sure that's angled inwards basically, ideally. So as far as cutting that thing out, I just used a camp knife. So this is my fall niven over here. So so literally just a camp knife, basically a convex grind. So when you're cutting through this, this feels like, just having done it twice now, a very thick, like very thick vinyl material. Not like a thin vinyl you would use for like wrapping a car, like very thick, like vinyl basically. So I'm not sure what would be a good like TPU, like polyurethane basically, something like that. So the way I made this cut is I didn't just go in, just try to slash it. No, I took the knife, stuck it in there, stabbed it in there, and just made one smooth, just sort of push through, like all the way through the material, and then I just made my push cuts to extend out that slit this way. So this is definitely a material where if you're just slashing it, you're just going to put slash marks in it. You're not going to go through it. You want to make sure you have one clean push through the material to really start that cut, and then you can just extend that along. So I'd recommend that. If you're just hacking away at it, you're just going to put marks in it. You're not actually going to go through. So definitely just push through in one go, and then just work on it afterwards. Box cutter could probably work. Just again, just make sure you're making your way all the way through the material. Honestly, like a kitchen knife might not be a bad idea, like a fruit knife or something like that. That could probably work, assuming it's sharp. So yeah, some food for thought on that aspect. Don't put two holes in it like I do, ideally. This isn't really something you can like measure twice, cut once. So hopefully that visual of where this is going to end up helps. Just when you bolt it in there, try to imagine like where is it going to sit on the slit basically, and you want to kind of set it up so it angles inwards basically on that aspect. So hopefully that's useful for anyone else trying this out. Yeah, kind of a quick video on positioning of this thing.